I'm gonna keep adjusting, y'all. Anyways, good morning, Karen, and hello, Marie. I see you, my friend. Y'all. I was asked to come on just a little bit early for this train. We're on the Rooted in Faith, Rooted in Faith freight train. And um we had a little derailment earlier, and so they asked me to come on early, so here I am. You guys are going to get me for an hour and a half, my friends. An hour and a half. Can you stand it? I don't know. Okay, so we're just waiting for the raid to come over, and then we're going to get started, you guys. But like I said, if you have not already bookmarked my notifications, I would love it if you would do that. That way you know when I am going live and when I'm bringing you all the things. Today, we're bringing you a paper crafting project, you guys. I created a paper crafting kit to just special um, for this show, you guys, and I'm really, really excited. I'm gonna pin it. Let me see if I can pin it for you guys, and then let's see. And then once the raid gets here, we'll get started, you guys. But this kit that I put together um, is called. I'm gonna pin the. Let me see. I'm gonna pin the mega kit. So you guys, this mega kit is basically everything. Everything. Um, if if you don't want like the whole mega kit, right? You don't want the whole big thing. I do have it broken down into smaller pieces. Um, and so you can get just parts and pieces of this kit. I know that it's a big chunk sometimes and you just don't need all of it. But I also wanted to help out with shipping by combining it all together, you guys. But it is the Blessed Faith Mega Kit, you guys. And I'm really excited about what I was able to create for this. And there is the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys, I am Jen with Four Hearts ABCs, and thank you so much, Sunshine Lane Crafts. And um, good morning, good morning, and our wonderful other conductor. And y'all, I just can't. Um, Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Charms Creations, you are amazing. I appreciate you, Shannon. Okay, you guys. So today you are on the Rooted in Faith raid train. This is a raid train that goes on every Tuesday. As far as I'm concerned, you're going to be able to see me every Tuesday. I appreciate you buying out of the bin, my friend. Okay, you guys. So I'm on a little bit early, so you get me for an hour and a half, which is perfectly fine because this is going to be amazing. I am so excited to share with you guys what I've created and continue to put it together in front of you guys. That yeah, it's I was basically having to sit on my hands last night. I had to put it away in my craft room, so I didn't actually put it together early because I'm so excited about it. Um, so I was saying I made this kit just for this show. And I have the mega kit. Thank you for heating up the show. I appreciate you. I have the mega kit pinned at the bottom, you guys. That is going to give you everything that comes with this kit. If you don't need everything and you just want parts and pieces, I do have it broken down in there as well. If you go into, well, hello, little Miss Crafty. If you guys go into the buy it now, the bin, you can type in the top because there is a search section. You can type in the top and it will give you the ability to search Blessed Faith and then you'll be able to see the broken down parts and pieces. Okay, so my plan today is to create with you guys, put this journal together for the most part. Well, hello, Vix. Hello, Nancy. How are you guys? Welcome to the show. I appreciate you guys being here. Um, so I'm going to create while we're hanging out, we're chatting, and all the things, you guys. And like I said, I have what I'm using pinned, and you can grab it and that kind of thing. So just an easy peasy day, you guys. That's what I'm planning on. Um, okay, so my I don't pray out loud very easily with others, right? It's kind of like that's my moment. Um, but I am very open to talking about my faith, my journey in my faith, and all of that. And one of the things I thought I would do on these trains, is I wanted to share with you guys one of my favorite songs. It's a country song. It's by I believe George Strait. Is "I Saw God Today," and what I love about that song is it talks about how everyday moments, everyday little things that most people would look past, um, is God showing us that He's real, that He's here with us. I have experienced these things a lot in my somewhat short life. I'm 46, you guys, and so I haven't lived a huge long time, but I've lived long enough to have seen and experienced some things, right? So here's my I don't know if you call it a testimony or whatever, but here it is today. So my father passed from cancer in 2018, and I was blessed enough to have been there when he passed. And as horrendous and heartbreaking as the moment was, right? He was only 62, and it was one of those things where I did question, why is this happening? Why, but when my father passed, the moment that he was taken, I witnessed him where he was not in a good space, and then all of a sudden he just, like, he sucked in a breath, like in shock, and then he just, peace went completely over him, and he reached out for someone, and the look of peace and joy on his face, you guys. I've heard of this happening before, but to actually witness it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And um my thought at the time, and even still, was, who was he reaching for? Who did he see that brought him such peace and joy in that last moment? Was it was it Jesus? Was it his parents? Was it an angel? Um, who was there? And there's no way anyone can tell me that it was amazing, you guys. It was, because there's no way anyone can tell me that God does not exist in a moment like that. In a moment that you see, it is real. It is so real. And so that's my testimony. And it's as sad as I am, and I miss my daddy like crazy. Um, as sad as I am about it, I try so hard to look at the bright side of things, and the blessings that we do have. And I took away in the end that I was blessed to have had my dad as long as I did. Um, my mom's cousin died when he was in his early 40s, and his daughters were still pretty young. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like, their dad is not here for so much, right? And I don't want to make people cry, but I took it away as, you know what, my dad got to he got to see me graduate high school. He got to walk me down the aisle. He got to hold all and see all of my children. That is such a blessing, and a blessing that a lot of people did not and have not gotten to have. So even though, yes, I wish my dad was still here, and I wish that I could have him with me for what is coming for me, I did get a lot more than some do. And so that is my takeaway, you guys. So there we go. That is, oh, you're so sweet. You didn't have to tip me. I appreciate you, my friend. Okay, you guys. So as I go through and I made this kit, you guys, I did oh my gosh. That's so amazing, Carol. Oh. And so you guys, there is a lot of there's a lot of inspiration in this from my daddy and from his passing and from what I experienced, but it is so good, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you as I'm making it where the components came from. Thank you so much, my friend, for buying the kit. I appreciate you, Karen. I'm going to tell you where I got the parts and pieces from and what I'm using and how I'm doing it. And then you guys can kind of see how it can come together. Okay. So, am I close enough? Are you guys able to see? Are you guys able to zoom in? I don't know. Okay. This, you guys, is what I'm going to consider the front cover of my prayer journal. Okay. I do need to ink up some of the edges on some of these things. And so this is one of the pieces to to the cut aparts or the ephemera. So there is the ephemera kit in there, I think is what I called it. So these are part of those. So this says walk by faith. And then this one says not by sight. Okay. So my idea was that um, when we think of fall and we think of um, Thanksgiving and all of that, there's so much out there that is count your blessings, say what you're thankful for, those kinds of things. And I felt like there's not a whole lot that is that talks about the Lord and what the Lord has provided for us in those blessings. And so I thought, well, why not make it? You know, if I don't see something out there in the market, why not make it? So this prayer journal is all supposed to be um, it's faith based fall blessings, um, and I tried to leave space that you could journal, you could write your thoughts, you could put pictures, you could do all the things that we love about paper crafting. So you guys, I'm just using Fabrifix. Y'all, did you know that there is not I okay, so everybody's been using that I've noticed has been using art glitter glue. I wanted to try it, and so I went to the lobby yesterday. They don't sell that at the lobby, y'all. Where are y'all getting that at? Do I need to go on the Amazon to get those? Okay, these are hymnal online. Okay. Um, these are just hymnal sheets that I have available in there. I just took apart um all kinds of um hymnals that were falling apart. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you guys so much for answering me on that because I was like, "Oh, I want to try that." And then I went and I was like, "Oh, I can't find it." Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the love of Twal. I appreciate you. Because I was like, dang it, I want to try that. Maybe I'll like it better. What I found is like, here's this little goopy situation. Like, this, it just like it oozes out. I don't like that. I mean, it works really, really well, you guys. Okay, I'm just trying to ink up the edges of my hymnal sheets a little bit, you guys, because I like that it helps separate your pages one from another, gives it dimension. So, but some of these hymnal sheets are old and they're a little fragile. So, um, so yeah, definitely. And you guys, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat, but um okay. So this here, this is one of the pages that is the I think I put it as let me see. Okay, I have the journal pages, which there are six double-sided pages. And then I have the extra journal pages, which there are four of those. Okay. So this is one of the extra journal pages. So here it is. I did ink these up already, you guys. So but there it is. Beautiful. So, but I wanted the front cover to kind of like open up what it's all about, right? So that was my thoughts on that. So I'm gonna just get some glue down on here. We'll get this front cover done and then I'll show you guys as we're going through all the things, you guys, all the things. You guys, if you're on today's train, drop an emoji on down, let people know. And you guys, we know how whatnot is and all the things. So if you guys for some reason lose us when we raid or anything like that, or you have to step out for a minute, just search in the search bar Rooted in Faith Raid Train and you'll be able to find us again. So I appreciate you guys. There we go. Look at those people dropping down their emojis. I love it. Okay. So, as I go through, I'm just like I said, just layering up a lot of these hymnals, they had like different colorization, the size of the print and the music was different. So, it's kind of fun to layer them up because they do all look a little bit different, but they carry that same theme, So, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Okay. So this one, you guys, this is the most fragile. This is like paper, y'all. Look at the age on that. Like so good. Okay. But this is like bamboo paper on there. So let's get that one down. But yeah, this one down here, the actual music sheet, there is no inking that up because it was so fragile when I tried the first time. Um, then yeah, it was like falling apart. So we're not gonna do that. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I like it. It's so good, you guys. There we go. Okay, and this is one of those on the ephemera set. Let's see, what did I call that? Okay, I just called it ephemera set. So there you go. You get 5 sheets of ephemera. Um, so let's put that one down. Like I said, you guys can get the mega kit, which comes with everything, or you can get the parts and pieces that you need. And add them as you need it if you don't want the whole kit and caboodle, as it were. Okay. All right. And then get my title on here. Like I said, you guys, I was so excited about this. I had made this. Okay, so I went to Kentucky and spent that's why I wasn't on the last 2 Tuesdays, is because I was traveling to Kentucky. Thank you so much for buying out of the bin. I appreciate you guys. Um to hang out with Little Miss Crafty, and her and I went and did the 127 yard sale, and I did get quite a bit of the hymnal books that were falling apart that I am now offering up for you guys. But I did this before. Um, I made this kit before I went to Kentucky, and then when I got home, I was kind of putting it together, and it took a lot for me to. Yeah, you're still recovering from me. I know, Little Miss Crafty. I can be much. Um, no, we were just on the go, on the go. Um, so I it took a lot for me not to just put this together because it was so good, you guys. Look at that. Look at how fun that is. Okay, so that's gonna be my front cover, you guys. Kind of in love. Yeah. And then I'm gonna flip that on open, and now got this whole space right here to do whatever we want. And then we've got another space that can be written on there. So, and then this will be the back page. And I think because it's going to be the back, and this is probably going to be what sits down on the different surfaces, I think that I'm just going to leave that blank. I'm going to leave it the way it is. So let's work on this page here. Now, last night I did go in and I made a snippet roll, you guys. Here we go. I made a snippet roll. This is just different parts and pieces of the leftover ephemera, of the um hymnal sheets that I had. The pages itself, these are on 110 cardstock, my friend. 110 cardstock. That's why I print all my printables on. And then this is actually on the back of packing tape, you guys. Packing tape. Me and Little Miss Crafty decided we needed to make him or some oh, there we go. Um we needed to make snippet rolls. We'd never made them before. So we went searching, and we did find what we were looking for, and we decided we were going to do packing tape. It works out really well. Okay, so I added lace to the side here. And then, like this little ticket here, I like it because I do have some blue in the kit. So that ties in the blue color. And then, if you don't know what a snippet roll is, it's just basically a bunch of stuff. And then you just snip what you need as you go along. So I'm just going to add this on here, you guys. And I don't really know what I'm going to put in it, but I'm going to create a side pocket with it. So, and maybe I put in a devotional that I find inspiring, or maybe I add in um if I go to mass and the reading of the day really speaks to me, I could go and get it. Sermon notes. Yeah, there's so many things you can do in here. Um, we have at our church, we have the bulletin every week has a little joke in it, like a religious based joke, and sometimes they're really good. I like the corny jokes. So maybe that's. Oh, I gotta hold this in place until it actually sticks. That would be good. Um, so maybe that's what I tuck in here, is a little joke that I find to be particularly humorous. Okay, I'm gonna hold that while I flip it over. I want to cut this off, you guys. Okay. So the idea behind the snippet roll, though, is that you have these parts and pieces that you can use here, there, and everywhere. You can make tags out of them. You can make, like I said, little pockets. You can, there's so many things you can do. But when you're doing it, just kind of think about spreading your main components apart from each other so that when you do snip it, there's spaces that you can, like, you would not want to cut it right in the middle of Be Still or right in the middle of a verse. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of think about that when you're placing. You want to give yourself some spacing so that you have some space to cut things apart. Um, okay, I hope that's stuck down. So there we go. There is the front cover. I think I'm going to leave this for right now and see, because there is some great spacing to put a picture, put a devotional, put, your journaling down, all the things. So I want to kind of leave it because I think it's pretty enough as it is. Um, so um, there we go. There we go. So that's in place, you guys. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to go and grab my project. This is the main project, you guys. And yes, I tried my very best to be prepared. I'm a bit of a hot mess. But I try very hard to organize when I know I'm doing something like this and being live. Okay. So, um, here we go. For those of you that don't know me, I've actually been in the paper crafting industry and doing paper crafting for, oh gosh, well, paper crafting for 26-ish years. And then I started paper crafting as a business back in 2009. 2009, y'all. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Okay. So this, you guys, this page here, this is going to be part of the Blessed Faith journal page. Okay, Blessed Faith journal page. So I'm going to set that over here out of the way. So this one, you guys, I'll share it with you guys a little closer up. So what my idea was is I wanted to do a faith-based journal that was fall themed. But I also wanted to make sure that the scripture that was added in was not the same John 3:16, even though I love that one, or those kinds of things. I wanted it to be something that was a little different than what you see everywhere else. Um, so you're going to find a lot of these scriptures in this is going to be quite different. And then this idea was we're taking a journey around this beautiful country fall church. Okay. Um, thank you so much. I chose different, yeah. So, and then when you open up the inside, you guys, I have hymnals in here. Again, for the most part, I tried to pick ones that were a little different. And I know In the Garden is a pretty popular one, you guys. Again, little nodes to my daddy in here. In the Garden is actually the song that I sang at his funeral. So I had to put that in here. And then on the back page, we have another beautiful scene. And this one is kind of just incorporating the whole walk through this church grounds in the journal. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So here we go. We're going to just jump right in and start putting this together. I'm kind of hoping I can at least get the main components together before the end of our time together, you guys. Um, that was your daddy's favorite song. Okay, so my daddy, when he was past, he knew he was going to pass. Um, he talked to me and my sisters about his walk with faith and our walk with faith and our walk with the Lord and how we needed to, um, you know, do the things, and so it really spoke to me so all of the readings at his funeral were about the walking with the Lord and all of that, and then we sang In the Garden, and it just really spoke to me, and so That's the song. That's the special song, and it had to be included in my first devotional journal. I just had to put him in here. Um so here we go, you guys. These are just little components again out of the ephemera. Um Now these pages here, this is what I'm going to call the hero pages. They're really saturated in meaning and in the visual, like visually busier, you know what I mean? And then these pages on the inside, on the other side, are a little less busy, a little more subdued, a little more giving of space to create and do, not feel bad about covering things up and that kind of thing. This does leave some space for journaling here if you wanted. Um, so this says, blessed beyond measure. So I thought that needed to go on there. Let me get my placement right. Make sure I'm doing this the way I wanted it done. I think I was going to tuck that one under there. And then, yeah, that's what I was going to do. Okay. Okay. So let's get my pieces glued up, y'all. There we go. What kind of glue do you all use? And do you junk journal for just journaling, or do you do it like a scrapbook? I come from the scrapbooking industry, and it is taking me a lot. Oh, Nouveau. It is taking me a lot to get my mind out of. I can use things that are not acid free. I can use things that are not, the photos that I'm adding in, I can reprint, y'all. Like, that's, I think, the difference between when we were, I don't want to cover up that journaling spot though. When we were just scrapbooking and when we moved over into junk journaling. I think that junk journaling, um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think when you do junk journaling, like, it changed over when we went to the digital photos. I mean, does anybody else kind of think that? Like before, when we were scrapbooking and everything had to be acid free and this, that, and the other, it was, you really worked hard to make the page like perfect and acid free and all the things, because that was your only photo, right? Like you were not going to get that back. And oh yes. But I thought, how freeing is it to junk journal and just to be able to use whatever materials you want, and um to be able to just put her down. Just have your own expression of freedom and what you want to do. Because y'all, I kept thinking, like, do I really want to use this on this page? And then I'm like, you silly goose, you can reprint that. You can reprint that. You can get another one. You know what I mean? Okay, I just want to give a little tip since I'm on here. This is how I did my prepping, you guys. So I figured out what elements I wanted on each page, and then I just like stuck them in here. So if that helps out at all, there you go. That's what I did. So um okay, now to actually figure out though where I put them when I originally did it. That's the trick. That's the trick, y'all. So again, these are all just ephemera pieces, and I'm just inking up all the edges because I like the way it looks when you have inked edges and then it separates itself from each other and gives dimension. So my family, they're so funny. They can hear me in the background, like if we're on the phone, and they're like, "Are you inking pages? Are you inking?" Yes, I'm inking, because it has like that distinct sound, you know. So, um, so we've got little, tabs and pockets and fussy cuts with flowers and all the things. Okay. So where is everyone watching from? I am in Southern Oregon with all the not so awesome wildfires. West Virginia. Oh, I was in West Virginia last year doing a Oklahoma, North Carolina, Nevada. I was just in Nevada. Arizona. Hey, my friend. Florida. Oh, New Jersey. Okay. South Carolina. So my friend that's in Florida, where are you at? Texas, Tennessee. I do love Florida. I tell you, that's my dream destination. I'm just saying. Um, Tampa. Okay, that's okay. So I went to Fort Myers. Um, and then I drove from Fort Myers up to I think it's Jacksonville. And then from there, I went across the bottom of the US and drove home to Oregon, stopping off in Arizona to see my mom at the time. That was my first cross country road trip. I went by myself and flew to Fort Myers, rented a cargo van, and slept in a cargo van all the way home. It was amazing. It was amazing. Okay. So let's see. I wanted to do, I know that this was going to go here, down here, and this is going to tuck in. Oh, wait, this got to go that way. All right. They are directional, y'all. So we got ourselves a Bible there. Okay. So that goes there. This says grateful, thankful, blessed. I probably should have brought my glasses in. So that's going to tuck in right there. And then I had this up here and this up here because I wanted to tie in those colors. I had a flower up there. This went there. I know that. And then that there. No, that went on there. Okay. Y'all, does anybody else like in your mind, you're like, how did this go? What did I do? Why? Oh my gosh. And normally, if I wasn't using my phone to record, here's a tip, another little tip. Normally, I would take a picture, I'd lay it all down, and then I take a picture with my phone, and then I just reference the picture to, yeah, you take pictures too. Yeah, so that I know what I'm doing. Okay, this one says, you guys, and this one really speaks to how I was feeling with my dad's passing. It says his plan, not mine. His plan, not mine. And we all have to remember that. Um, and there's a reason for it all. We don't know what the reason is, but there is a reason for it all. Maybe it's the lessons we're learning. Maybe. I like to think, though, here's my thought. I like to think that we are all here for a reason, right? Like he has sent us for a mission. Okay. He has sent us for a mission. And maybe that mission is we give somebody a smile on a day that they really needed it, so that they can stay and do their mission. Um, we don't know, right? So when my daddy passed, I thought he like what a beautiful thing that he accomplished his mission. He did what he was meant to do here on earth, and now he is in heaven and enjoying the glory because he did whatever it was he was supposed to do. And that's just a beautiful thought in my mind. Okay, so I topped that with this little faith topper there. And when you guys do your pockets, just make sure, oh, hello, gotta get my fingers to just make sure that you're leaving space that you can put your pieces back in there. Hopefully that's, yep, there we go. Okay. Um, So, you guys down below, I have the mega kit for this, which is everything that you are going to get. And then I have the components broken down into bite-sized pieces, as you will, so that if you don't need the whole journal, but you wanted the extra pages so that you can add them to a different journal, or you just wanted the ephemera, you could do that. And this will go into my bin um, to be purchased down the road as well. A lot of the items that are in the bin, I do have some other kits and printables and things like that. I do print everything out myself, and it goes on 110 cardstock. Everything that says summer on it um, will be going away and retiring um, at the end of this month, you guys. So if there's something you like there, make sure you snag it, because I'm getting into and clearing up a little bit of space in my bin for the upcoming fall and Christmas season, because I just don't want the I don't want my bin to be so chock full of stuff that um nobody can find anything, right? So okay, here we go. One more little component here. Does anybody use a glue stick when they're doing their junk journaling? I saw somebody, a lot of people using glue stick, and I just don't know if that would hold up enough. Maybe it would be good if you're using it just to get it kind of stuck down, and then oh, okay, okay. And then like if you're gonna sew over the top of it, you know what I mean? Like I could see that being a thing. Okay, here we go. So this page is done. Okay, I'll have to look into that, my friend, because I do, I do like to make things as easy as I can. Okay, there we go. There is my second page, you guys. So, um, there we go. Let's see. Did I put anything on the third page? Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. So, oh, this isn't it. This isn't the third page, y'all. I gotta think about this as I'm putting this together, because so this is going to be the cover page. This is the first page, the second page. Now I got to get the third page. Okay. Hmm. How am I going to do that? Okay. Yep, that's what I did. Okay. So here we go. You guys, I gotta think this through. You know what I mean? Okay. So the extra pages, these pages here, they have extra of this pattern paper. So you'll have extra strips. Okay. You'll have extra strips. So what I did is, y'all, I just messed myself up. Okay. That is going to be page 1, 2, 3. I did not do that. Okay. This is 3. That is 3. This goes there. Y'all, anybody else like on the struggle bus? Okay. So this is In the Garden. Okay. There's the hymnal for In the Garden. And that is going to go on this page. Correlates here. Is that what I did, or was I putting that over here? Oh, Lord, y'all. Here I was so prepared. I think that was going there. I'm going to put it there. That's where it's going. I've decided. So I have all my little parts and pieces, and hopefully they're all in here right. Okay. Good morning. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, again, this is one of those hymnal sheets. It is super like delicate, so I am not going to ink up the pages on this because it won't do well if I ink it up. So I had no, this goes to the other page. I know it does. This has to go here. Okay. You guys, the thing is this is my book. I can do it however I want. There's no rules. There's no rules. Okay. Maybe I go there, and then yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Ink it all up and we'll do it. There's no rules. It's okay. But in this kit, I really tried to leave space that you guys could personalize it, add in, the hymnals that mean a lot to you or a devotional that spoke to you. You guys want to hear something really cute? My daddy's sister, my aunt, sends me a birthday card every year. Oh, yes, there's a lot of good tips. A lot of good tips. Um, she sends me a birthday card every year, and every year she cuts out the devotional that correlates with my birthday and puts that in my card. Isn't that a cute idea? So I took my son, he just graduated last not this last May, but the May before. Yeah. So a year ago, this June, we went on a cross country road trip, me and him. And so we started in New York and we spent a day in New York City because he had to, I mean, if you're gonna go to New York City, you gotta see all the things, right? So we started in New York City. We spent the day there seeing all the things. And then we went over to New Jersey, just over the border, and we rented a an RV. And um so we went up the coast to um from New Jersey to Maine, and then we came across the states and then went across the top states home and did the cross country. And maybe maybe I want it over here. Yeah, I think I want it over here. Um and so one of the things we did while we were traveling is we went to go see my aunt, the one that sends me the birthday cards. And he said when he left, like we went and saw the Statue of Liberty, we went and saw the memorial for 9/11. Um, where else did we go? We saw, of course, the coast from New Jersey all the way up to Maine. We went to go see a monument that was made for my mother-in-law's brother that was lost at a hospital um in Illinois. I mean, we did a lot of different things, y'all. And my son, when I asked him at the end what his favorite part was, he said his favorite part was going to go see my aunt because she was such a hoot. And I'm like, "Oh yeah." But boy, that just warmed my heart. It was the first time he'd ever met her, and he was 19 at the time, and it was just so fun to hear him say that she was the best part of the trip. Okay, you guys, so oh, there's that part. So adding in more of the words because this has got a segment of the song, but it doesn't have the whole song written out. This has more of the song, so that to me was appropriate to put next to it. So there we go. There's that page. Now we're going to flip her on over. And this is page number 4. And let's see what we did here. Let's see what we did. What are we thinking? Okay. And then this was page number 5. Okay. I don't know how I got that all messed up, but I did. Okay. Think. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay. Good morning. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are on the Rooted in Faith raid train. Every Tuesday, you can find us sharing our love of the Lord and crafting with faith-based creations. The items that I'm working with today are pinned below, or you can search them in the search bar. And this is Blessed Faith that I'm doing. I might as well ink this one up on here. And we are together, you guys, until the top of the hour, and then we'll be raiding on over into our next friend who's going to show us another amazing project and items. And you guys stick around because I do have and I'll have to kind of watch the time, but I do have a dangle. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. A dangle kit, you guys, that I wanted to offer you guys that could go along with this fall faith look. Okay. So stick around. I don't have it in the system, so I'm gonna have to do it as a random. I was gonna actually make all the dangles, and then I ran out of time. And then I thought, you know what? But everybody would maybe want to do their own thing. Maybe they want to add it to a bookmark or something like that. So I decided it would be better just to give you guys the option as a kit. So that's what I did. Okay. So again, don't want to cover up all the space to journal, but I thought it would be fun to add this blue color in here. I was telling little Miss Crafty, so as we all know, we're making these items, these printables, for the most part with our AI guy. What kind of ink am I using? This is actually the Tim Holtz, but I use any kind of ink, my friend. Works just great. But I like to layer things up, and if you ink it, then it kind of gives a little bit more dimension, and I like that. This little tab, this one says blessings. But I was using, you guys, my AI assistant, and for some reason it's a guy. I don't know why, and he doesn't really have a name. But anyways, to make these, and I would basically give my, this is what I want to make. This is what I want it to look like. All that kind of thing. And you guys, like, it's amazing what information they're able to pull off of the internet. And so I was teasing little Miss Crafty. I said, "Oh my gosh, I think my AI guy's Catholic," because some of the things he was coming up with was like crazy. Okay, so here is this page, you guys. Just a little something extra. Just a little something extra there. So, okay. So like I said, this is the extra strip that comes on this extra page. And so I just wanted to make a belly band with this. I thought that would be pretty. So I'm going to cut it right there, and then let me get my measurement here. Where do I have a pencil? Would be better, but we're going to do it with a pen. Okay, so just short of that line. And as you guys can see, like I've already used parts and pieces. I actually used that in my when I was doing the snippet roll. I just ripped a piece up off of that so that I had that available to me. Um Let go. Okay. And here we go. We're gonna ink this up, and then I'm gonna share with you guys an idea that I had. I love that you guys all like are chatting and saying hello to each other and good morning. I know that there's a lot of people on here that if you have a prayer request, you could drop it on down. They'll add you to their prayer list and all of that. So feel free to do that. If you would like to be on this train at some point, feel free to message Sunshine Lane Crafts and Charm Creations, you guys. They're our hosts, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to do that with you. Okay, so I bought this lace, and I did add it onto my snippet, but I think this is so pretty, you guys. So pretty. And so I want to add this onto my on here before I attach it. So, boy, if I grab the right one, because it just gives a little something extra. If my glue would let go. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you talking about my prints. I do try, you guys, really hard to create beautiful things and bring them to you guys. So, um, yes, if you guys want, this isn't really directional. So, if you guys want to get your hands on anything, feel free to grab it out of the bin. If there's something specific that you're looking for, feel free to message me. I can try my best to create anything. Now, because this is lace, you guys, I will have to be really careful that I let the glue dry before I glue it down to my page. Otherwise, it won't be a belly band. It'll just be a glued piece, right? Okay. So just snipping that off, and now I have this beautiful lacy trim on the edge. And then it's a little long in some spots, so I'm just going to trim that off. So because I want to let that glue dry real fast, get that out of the way, I'm going to just glue this piece down here while I'm letting that dry. So here is just another little spot where you can journal, you can add whatever you want. So I'm just going to stick that there. Well, maybe I'll go this way. Yeah, I think I like it that way. Maybe go down a little bit so that whatever's tucked under here has a little bit more space to shine. I find that when you're doing these smaller things, you have to really be mindful of where you're putting your glue. Ah. And I do think the eye likes to have things not symmetrical. It just adds interest, and then of course you always do clusters in you do your clusters in odd numbers, so 3, 5, 7, So okay, so I'm just gonna put glue down on the bottom and the top of my strip so that down goes the glue. Um, so that it is only, maybe I want it. No, I think I want it over here. Um, it is only touching the bottom and the top so that you can slip something underneath. Again, maybe you went to a service with somebody else, like I did with Little Miss Crafty, and you kept a piece of that. You could just tuck that in there. So there we go. There is this page with that lace on there. Okay, there we go. Oh, you guys, y'all, I'll be honest, I am not doing this. Ooh, you guys get my head. I'm not doing this in order that I thought I was going to, because here I am and just realized that I am doing this way out of order because this was supposed to be a different page. But, I just do things however I do things. That's how I am. Okay, here's this page. Let's see what I did on this page. Okay, so let me count this out because I've already figured out that I'm screwing this up, y'all. But it is gorgeous and it's going to be good no matter what I do to it. It's just I'm not doing it exactly how I had it planned. Okay, here we go. We'll just do a flip through real fast like. Okay, so there's the cover. There's a snippet roll that I made a little pocket out of. Here is the next page. There we go. In the garden. Oh, right. I know. Okay, so here's the idea that I had. So you get to the church, okay? You're at the church, you arrive, you're doing the thing, right? And then you sit down under an oak tree and you're reading the Bible and you're taking in and you're writing notes and all the things and you have this space here to be able to write and create. And then you continue walking and you go to a garden, and the garden is a giving garden. And we're giving of ourselves and our community. And let me see, let's keep going. There we go. And then you go to the walking path, and this is a prayer path, and you can, if, visitors can write down, or you can write what your prayers are and all the things. So that's there. Thank you for the hearts. And then maybe you go and there's an orchard that was planted years ago by the parishioners. And again, it leans into the giving of God's fruitfulness for us and being able to provide for others in need through the apple orchard. And then just a little bit of space to write. And then we have the parish heritage library. Maybe you're learning about your heritage. And I love the idea of an old Bible that has your family line information in it. Have you guys seen those old Bibles that had like the births and the weddings and the christenings and all the things, you guys? Oh my gosh, those are amazing when you find those. And so that was kind of my idea here with you know, just the generations of faith and where we all got our faith from. Um, and then we're going to open up to the middle here and continue. Okay. So then we're here, we're at the back where there's a stream, and someone's getting blessed, and um, they are getting baptized and christened in the stream, just like Jesus did. And so I thought that was so awesome, you guys. So that's there. And then we go on over across the stream to this meadow, and there's all these beautiful wildflowers, and we can just take in God's beauty that He provided for us. I do that a lot when I go to the beach, just to sit there and marvel at what He provided for us. It's amazing. Um, and then here we have a little chapel that is on the same grounds, that is just a prayer chapel. You can go on in and pray. And I have to give a little note because this song right here, this is my father-in-law's favorite song. He was part of the choir, and so whenever this song came on, you could just hear his voice booming in church. He just loved this song. So again, I had to add that in there as a piece of him in my first devotional. And then here it is, you guys. As we know, we go through these, and here is this. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is a cemetery. You guys, cemeteries to me are beautiful. They are beautiful. They are not scary. They are not haunted. They're not sad. Yes, when we bury our loved ones, we are sad at the time, but it is such a beautiful thing. And so I wanted to add this in here because we are all going to die. We are all heading in the same direction, and um I look at this as part of the journey, and it's beautiful. um and one of the things I did on my road trip with my son, we did go hunting for gravestones of some of my ancestors, you guys. And that was such a good thing to do. And so, yeah, I wanted to make sure that got added in here. So that's in there. And then, um, what are we all, going through this journey for? We're going through this journey to be led to the cross, and to be um, led to the journey, and the idea of the sacrifices that were made on our behalf, and the joy we get from the fact that we are saved by him, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, that blessing. And so that's kind of like where you walk on your journey, and you get to this point, and you've realized that's what it's all about. So that's what that page is for. And then we get to the end where we've already, we've done everything, we've seen everything, we've walked the whole journey. So that was kind of my idea behind this whole um journal, you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I did to make it, because I was like, this is such a cool thing. As it was evolving, and I was coming up with the ideas, it was just, I was giddy about it. So let me get back to creating here, but I do have it pinned at the bottom if you want the whole kit. You guys can definitely do that. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, my in in high school, I had to do a genealogy project, you guys. And I chose my mom's line. And I remember being right fresh out of, I think that was my junior year. And we went to a family reunion in Colorado. And my mom's family came from this little teeny tiny town. And she took us to the cemetery, and I was able to show her, based off of um the information that I learned, I was able to show her who in the cemetery was a member of her family. And it was such a good moment to spend with her, and she was so excited to see that. And again, we have the same thing in my husband's hometown with his family members, and it's so beautiful. It's so amazing to be able to go back and look. So okay, this is I got Y'all, I don't know if that messed up on your end, but hopefully not. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. 18 and 19. That's where we are. 18 and 19. Um, so you guys, I do not put my phone on do not disturb. I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much. But I have a mom. My mama is in Arizona, and she's got some medical situations going on, and so I never I never put my phone on do not disturb. Um, so okay, so this is page 18 and 19. Let's see what I pulled out for those. Now that I'm realizing I got to start from the center because I'm screwing up my lineup. Okay, this is page 18 and this is page 19. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to do for this, you guys. This is the most exciting page for creating. Okay. Yes. I remember what I was doing with this. This is going to be so good, y'all. You're going to love it. I know it. Okay. Here we go. We've got hymnal sheets, y'all. We got hymnal sheets. Let's get this all moved. Okay, you guys have about 20 more minutes with me, and I know I'm not going to be able to create all this in time, but that's okay. It's fine. You guys will be able to come back and see it again. So we've got hymnal sheets, and well, I don't seem to see my ruler anywhere. All right, well, we're just gonna rip it. Okay, so hymnal sheets, you guys. It's about the same size, a little bit off. So we're just gonna rip. Ideally, I would have my ruler and I would just get a better edge that way, but we don't have that, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, so I want this to be to about right there. And then I need this to be about the same. Okay, you guys, here's a controversial question for you. Me and Little Miss Crafty were having this conversation when I was in Kentucky. And I wanted her opinion and I'd love your opinion. Okay. So, do you take apart a Bible? Question mark. Is it acceptable to take apart a Bible? Is it acceptable to um I don't like that. I don't want to do that. You do not. Is it acceptable if you found a Bible that was already taken apart to and not in great shape, right? So it's already like it's falling apart, it's missing parts and pieces. Um yes, if it's falling apart. So it's falling apart, it's missing parts and pieces, and you're using it in a way that is bringing it new life. So kind of like these pages here that I'm doing, right? We're using it, we're taking apart these hymnals and using them in a different way that is giving them new life. Is that an acceptable thing for most of you? I'm just wondering because to me it's like no, you don't do that. But then I actually came across a I came across a Bible. Okay. I came across the Bible in the Goodwill bins. Most of you will probably know what that is. And it was just in there. It was ragged. It was torn apart. Parts and pieces were missing. And I was like, oh my gosh. Um, it sounds like a pool, right? Um, I was, I was like, I cannot leave this in the bin. I cannot just leave this here. So I grabbed every part that I could find and I've had it sitting for oh goodness. I'm going to say it's probably been sitting in my cabinet for probably going on 4ish years now. And it's like, well, what do I do with it? I mean, it's not and so I thought, well, maybe I could just use it in parts and pieces to give it new life. I mean, try to still share the word where I can, because some of it is so bad you can't see it all. Right. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. I see what you're saying. So it's one of those things, I think, who was it that was just talking about reading the Bible and the way that, somebody on this train, and the way that what you read may not be the same as what other people take it as, right? Um, and I find that happens a lot to me. Um, and my dad used to say, um, yeah, I like that. My dad used to tell me whenever I had like something I'd bring up to him and I'd be like, troubling with something. He would just say to me, "Just open your Bible, baby. Just open your Bible." And he'd say, "Just read your Bible." And I used to think at the time, like, this guy is crazy. I was a teenager, but I was thinking, this guy's crazy. That's the same as saying, uh, you know, you don't know how to spell it, just open the dictionary. Like, I used to hate that in school. And but now as I'm older and I see the readings and I hear the different things, I'm like, I see things differently. I can read the same reading over and over and over again, but depending on what's going on in the world and in life and all the things, there's a different message in it all, right? And so, like, I get what my dad was saying, but it took me a long time to get there. And I kind of, like I said, I kind of look back and laugh at that, thinking how I used to just get so irritated when he would say that. Like, what are you talking about? It's a funny thing. I wish he was still here, and I wish I could tell him that, that I get it now, like I see what he's talking about. But yeah, too good, too good. I hope my kids look back and see things that I've said, and you know, they may be irritating to them now, but hopefully they will see the wisdom in my words eventually. As little Miss Crafty tells her boys, I know things. I know things. Trust me. I always tell mine, I've lived a life. I've right? You know things. Um, I always tell them I've lived a life and I've experienced some things. At least give me that. So kids are funny. They think they know everything. But didn't we? We thought we knew everything. We didn't need no advice from our elders. What the heck? Oh, I love that, Kim. I love that. My I didn't grow up with my daddy. I was in a separated family, and so the little bit of faith um based messaging that he had, um was pretty sporadic, and it wasn't, um I am definitely a lot more spiritually connected as an adult, as being able to choose my own path than I was as a child, where you had to be allowed to go and to experience, and you know what I mean. So um but like I have with my kids, um there's a lot of we have our beliefs, and so we mostly tell my kids what we believe and what we know to be true. There's not a whole lot of um, like, of course they can have their own thoughts, but it's less about what they think and more about what we believe to be 100% true. Um, but I do know, like in politics, that there is a lot of discussion in our household of, what do you think? Here's the facts. What do you think? You know, we do that a lot here because, you need your kids to be free thinkers. Um, but I also try to, share with my kids why I believe the way I believe, or why I think this is true, or this is real, or, you know what I mean? Like, give them the facts, let them come to you with the questions and, hopefully you at least have some answers. My goodness. So, okay, y'all. Obviously, if you're watching what I'm doing, I'm just making pockets out of these hymnals for the center spread here. I may have just put that way too high. Now that I'm thinking about it, well, that's okay. We'll just make it work. I love that, Kim. I was telling you guys about my daddy earlier. And so when um when he got his diagnosis of cancer, to be honest, it started out really small, and the doctor that gave him his diagnosis basically said, and he should never have said, but basically said, this is no big deal. This isn't going to kill you. We'll do a round of chemo. It's no big deal, kind of a thing. And so maybe if it was just the type of cancer it started out with, that would have been true. Um, but it had already spread by the time my dad found it. And the tests that they did soon after um, revealed that it had already spread. And from the time he was diagnosed to the time he passed was 1 year. Um, and I tell you, until the day they told him, a week before he passed, that there was nothing else they could do for him, he was convinced that everything was going to be fine. He had the most faith I have ever seen. And it was absolutely amazing to me that there wasn't fear. There wasn't, why is this happening to me? He showed me the most faith. And I took away from that such, um, as if I didn't love him enough as it was already, it just made me love him even more. It was amazing to see someone have so much faith in the Lord and the path that they were on. So here you go, you guys. So these are just some of the ephemera for this kit. And I just thought I would just just plop these in here and make kind of a spot where you could put your parts and pieces that you're going to use in your journal or in your daily things that you're going to do. Could just kind of go in, and anywhere that I have a tag, I probably will add some ribbon or twine or something in there, maybe an eyelet to finish that off. So, oh my goodness, you guys, we're running out of time already. That's craziness. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have? Okay. So I was going to place, but I hope you guys like this kit. Next week, when I come on next Tuesday, I think I'm about the same time next Tuesday. I will have a different kit made up and available, and we'll be working with that kit as well. And that one is going to be the Walk by Faith kit. I already have it pre-planned and ready to go. I want to basically bring you guys something new every week. So I think I'm just gonna tuck these in here, you guys, and then I'll ink them up and get them all fancied up later. Okay. That way we can get on to the next one. Thank you so much for purchasing one of the kits. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like I said, if you see anything in the bin that you want, I printed all on 110 cardstock. And then also, anything that says, yeah, that's what I did. Anything that says summer on it, it will be retiring at the end of this month, just so that I can make room for some new stuff like the faith-based kits that are coming that I'm bringing out every week. And then also, we'll have some seasonal and holiday items. Okay. This is like, I think this is one of the biggest tags in this kit. So, but the backs are blank on the tags and stuff. The pages will come double sided, but the tags and ephemera and stuff is all one sided. So, okay, so there's that one. And then let's see. Get rid of that. Okay. And then this one, I have like a Bible here. And then this says, oh my gosh, don't have my glasses, but it says, He makes all things beautiful in His time. So that's going to go there. And then we have this little tag here. I think I wanted this to kind of bring out that orange. So I think that's going to go like that. And then that goes up there. Oh, that's the biggest one, y'all. That's the biggest one. That goes there. That's a little one. That one can go there. We've got a little blue going on. There we go. Okay. And oh shoot, y'all. Okay. I gotta get my random thing going here. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, perfect. Okay, I think I have a giveaway. These trains, you think you have all the time in the world. Okay, here we go. I'm going to, oh, the giveaway's going. Okay, so get in the giveaway, you guys. I'm going to show you guys this little kit, and I'm going to pull up a random, y'all. Goodness sakes. Do I have a random in here? Because I did make a little kit for you guys um to be able to make a dangle to go with this fall faith theme. Let me find. Bear with me as I get my stuff together here. Here we go. Goodness sakes. Here, I thought I was so prepared, y'all. So prepared. Okay. Get in that giveaway though, you guys. If you guys are not already in there, I'm going to be sending you some faith-based ephemera, some good stuff. Okay. I should have that in there now. Okay. Let me. There it is. We found it. Okay. Okay. So if you guys know anything about beads and jewelry and all the things, you'll understand why I had to charge $5. But don't bid against each other. I have 6 of these available, you guys. So unless more than 6 of you want them, you don't have to bid against each other. Okay, here we go. We're going to lose our item because that's what Whatnot does. Okay. Now we've pinned it. Okay, ta-da. Okay, so here's what I came up with for a dangle kit, you guys. Is you're gonna get this cross. Okay, you're gonna get the cross, which is probably the most expensive part of of the kit, and then you get 2 like stone beads. Aren't those pretty? 2 stone beads, and then you get 2 beads that are they're like they're not sparkly, but they're cut in a way that kind of sparkles. Okay. And then you get five of these flat wooden beads. They feel wooden. There's four that are wooden, and then one that I don't know what this is made out of, y'all. It's like gold toned. Okay. So I figured all of those could just go together really pretty and make the prettiest dangle that is fall themed, but isn't doesn't take away from what it's all about, right? So that's what you're going to be getting. Um, and then you can just put that on your bookmark. You could put it as a dangle on the outside of your journal. Um, you could put it on the end of a tag. There's so many things you could do. So it'll come just like this, you guys. So I'm going to run that if you guys want to get your hands on it. Again, I have 6 of these available. So don't, you don't have to bid against each other. Okay. And push that button, and then there we go. It's going right now. So if anybody wants that, thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you. I thought, oh, I'll get these all made up, and then I was like, wait a minute, but what if somebody wants to do it different? I hate making choices for people. Thank you so much, Kim. That one's coming to you. I'm gonna run that again, you guys. Um, in case somebody else wants one of those. And again, this kit that I'm working on, not only is the mega kit going to go into the bin, but so is the like the parts and piece components. So if you just want the extra pages or you just want the main pages, I also have in the bin, I have the hymnal pages. You'll get 5 random pages. And what I'll try to do for all of those is make sure that there's a good mix of sizes and the paper tone and color so that you get a good mix of hymnal pages. So, oh my goodness, you guys. And the winner, Sandra, thank you so much for being here. That is coming to you, my friend. Thank you guys so very much for joining today. And just, I hope you guys have a very blessed day. I appreciate you all. We're going to be going into one of our wonderful hosts, you guys. We're going to be going and rating over into, um, we're going to be rating into Sunshine Lane Crafts, you guys. She's amazing. And give her all the love when you get over there. And let's go ahead and raid her. Get that pulled up here. Um, but I'll see you guys next week, you guys. I'm excited to be back with you guys next week with a new kit. So thank you guys so very much. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.